Hello and welcome to a brand new episode of the Spook podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Caitlin.
And we are back.
Back again.
Shady's back.
Tell us,
I hope you guys did not mind the little bonus episode last week. I liked it. I know.
Yeah, I did. I thought it was good.
I haven't heard anything rather. But yeah, that might become a regular thing. We'll see. I think, I don't know, it was fun for me.
Good.
So, I don't know. I probably won't, you might notice I added some music in, and that was because of the other mic I was using had a lot of weird feedback. It has the sort of port you would connect into like an amp, and we pretty much just bought an adapter for it to fit into the computer.
Okay.
So I think that adds a lot of weird noises to it. So I tried to cover it up, and I think I failed on just every
No, I didn't.
every venture.
I didn't hear it. I didn't hear the feedback.
Well, but we'll probably return to that. I know we're gonna do some choose your own adventures. I mentioned those Goosebumps books.
Yes.
So I'm excited to do those. And I'll probably return to some of those stories I did because I did them very half-assed.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
But yeah, so here's sort of the second episode out of 3 you're going to be getting this month. Merry Christmas or whatever to you guys, I guess.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. What have we been up to?
Nothing.
Really nothing. We just got done driving a lot.
Ugh.
I had to go pick up Caitlin's car. And it was just, anyway, I'm not a huge fan of driving long distances, especially at night. So I'm kind of sleepy and I'm kind of sore.
That's ridiculous.
You're fine. Caitlin has driven literally from here to like Nebraska and been fine.
Not Nebraska.
And then driven back. Wasn't it Nebraska?
No, like I've been out, like I've driven straight through to Oklahoma and Texas.
Oh. Well, anyway, that's not something I do.
Apparently not. An hour and a half, like wrecks
I get cranky. I'm literally like a child in the car.
You really are.
With.
I love how that you were like 4 exits later onto like our drive. It's like, so is it much past this? Yeah, about another hour. Like,
I don't know. The thing is, when I get to like an area I don't know, and I have nothing to do, I get like cranky. If I had a seat to kick, I feel like I would.
Yeah.
Or I'd just be like, my butt starts hurting, my feet get tired. I don't know. I'm not a very good passenger, and I'm not a very good driver.
No, you're not.
So, oh well. But here we are, bringing you a brand new episode about video games.
Ooh.
Now, Caitlin does not know much about video games.
Wow, that's harsh. I am an extreme gamer. Wife.
Mm-hmm.
Don't.
But I don't know. What was your first video game system?
The N64, and it was I got that from my dad for some occasion, and with that I got I feel like it was later, but I think my first game ever was the Rugrats adventure, where you go and find the pieces of like the Reptar that's broken.
I don't.
See, this is where I am a much more skilled gamer than you are. Yeah, it was that, and then it was the Super Smash Brothers, which...
So on the Wii?
No.
The GameCube?
No, like on the N64.
Oh.
It was the
stupid.
Rugrats thing, and then I remember my dad getting me the Super Smash Brothers, and then it went on to, like, Toy Story 2, which was, like, such a fun game. It was so much fun.
I never had an N64. My brother and I wound up getting a Super Nintendo. I have no idea where it came from, but it just showed up, and we had like what do we have on it? We had a game called Milon's Secret Castle. If any of you ever played that game, you know my struggle with that game. It's terrible. But we also had, like the Mario and the Duck Hunt together. That was fun.
Oh, really?
That was back when I'm thinking this must have been like late '90s, and that was when like sports games, like super weird sports games, were really popular. So we had like a soccer game, but if you shot like you kicked the ball just right, it would turn into like a fireball.
Oh,
Like
okay, okay. Yeah,
like
yeah.
basketball games downtown. He's on fire.
Oh, where they tried to like make the sports like really amped up like a video
Yeah,
game.
just things would like explode.
Oh, I never did that.
But we would go over to our neighbor's house, literally just to play their N64.
Yeah.
Oh, they had a Sega Dreamcast too. Crazy Taxi.
I remember. Well, I wanted my first time I ever played a video game ever was over at my aunt's, and it was is it just the original Nintendo, the gray one with the purple buttons? That you
The
push up?
purple one, that was that was the original.
Yeah, and she had it's the Mario game that we have now, like the old school one where
Mhm.
you can get Yoshi and go to like the little
Mhm.
that one. And I just like obsession. Like every time I went over to their house, it was that polite like, "Oh, hi," and then just like waiting around for like, "Well, if you want to," like, "Okay," and like running into there like
That was
so excited.
yeah. That was pretty much. We kind of grew up in a very like no video game household.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Like I mean, we got our first computer, and so a lot of it was like flight simulators and
Oh,
like math
okay. Yeah,
games.
yeah,
I've primarily been like computer gaming, and I didn't really get into console gaming until we got together. Really,
yeah. Oh, really? I
because even on the laptop you can get. I mean, you shouldn't. Don't do this. But you can play like console games on the computer,
Oh,
like
really?
Game Boy or like Super Nintendo games and stuff.
Yeah,
That's what
I
been
just
doing.
I think I had the N64 first, but again, I was only allowed to play it like an hour a day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and as long as my grades were good and etc. I think, and then I had like two games on our computer. I think it was two. I had the Barbie Horse Adventure one, and then I had the Barbie Detective one. And then I remember, I think there was a game on there that you just played, like, I think it was just on the computer. I remember it was like in a dungeon. You had to like answer. I think it was a learning one. You had to like answer
Probably.
questions and stuff like that.
I feel everyone's parents, though, that's like the first stuff they give them is like educational games. They figure, oh, they'll be able to learn.
I guess
And
so. I mean,
I don't know.
none
never
of
learned
my
anything.
N64 ones were, and I think the Barbie ones weren't. They were like literally just like fun. There was no like learning. You just chased the guy around. It was like an amusement park.
Really?
Looked for clues and
Huh.
stuff like that. And the horse one, like you know, took care of the horse, and then you would like go down different paths, and you know, something was on the side, and you would pick it up, like it was a diary or a locket. Just like I don't know, it was like weird stuff, but it was never educational. I don't think it was.
Times have changed.
Yeah, it wasn't like a big deal with my parents. It was just like whatever, keep it quiet for a few hours. Like,
Yeah, I feel it was kind of the same way. You know, the Super Nintendo was in like the garage. Like it wasn't even like hooked up like inside.
where are they not going
It
to
was-
want to play?
It was on like
this?
this old TV somewhere.
Let's put it with the worst TV. Let's put it out here where it's
Let's put
snowing.
it outside.
Like,
I don't know. I've
and
always
hang a hornet's nest for decoration above this. Those little bastards won't play it.
I don't know. I've always loved video games. I've never played. I don't play that many. Like really, I had the Super Nintendo. I skipped all the way up to the Wii.
Yeah.
Really, when we started dating.
Yeah.
And now the Wii U. Oh, by the way, if you have a Wii U, like a me friend thing, message me and I'll be your friend and we can play Super Smash Brothers or like Mario Kart 8 or something. All right?
Ooh.
Woo. You could, if you feel like winning, come find me and I'm not that good. I'm pretty good.
That's true. You're not that good.
Shut up. But I don't know. With me in video games, it's always been like I like video games as much as I like. I don't know. Like you look at art,
Yeah.
where you don't know, or like history.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't there. I don't know 100% what the situation is, but I like learning about it.
Yeah,
Does
yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah, no, yeah.
So I know one out of the two stories is something I've never. Actually, we're gonna get into that in a minute. So these are two creepypastas that are fairly well known. I think most people at least know about one, and the other one is.
Okay, my last introduction to creepypasta, remember, I was traumatized for most of the night.
Oh yeah, what were we looking at? This is a bit of a tangent. We were looking up creepypastas at night.
We weren't. You were working late.
Oh, you were looking at like Squidward dying and
It
stuff
was
like
no,
that.
it was the stories, like it was on Pinterest, and it was like 6 stories that'll keep you up at night. And of course I'm going to look at it because it's horror or whatever. And then it's one of those things where like the ones that they chose, except for like a couple, the ones that they chose were so well written. I was like,
I have to
what
give credit.
the heck is going on here? And then like when you got home and we were over at our friend's house and I'm mentioning it, everyone's just like, oh yeah, those are creepypastas. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like I am so freaked out right now.
I have to give credit to some of you people who write, or some of the people.
Yeah, a little
Some
bit.
of them are like really good.
I seriously could feel like the passion and experience behind it. It was insane.
That's why people think.
Yeah, so this
they're
better
real.
not,
That's why
like,
people
mess me
kill
up.
people in the name of Slender Man.
Yeah, well, it messed me up. So these better not be.
So you're afraid of creepypastas. Actually, I'm gonna start something new.
Yes.
So we're gonna do a fear every episode.
Was a fear.
A phobia.
Oh, awesome.
So I did some research, and this isn't something that has been recognized by like the medical community. So this isn't like, I guess, quote unquote, a legit fear.
Yeah, but. Yeah.
But vidigamophobia, it's VIDIGAMEA phobia, is apparently the recognized fear of video games by the community, not necessarily the.
Vitigamophobia.
Yeah, vitigamophobia. So that's interesting, because I was wondering, there's a fear of like ducks and of.
Yeah.
There's fear of being complimented and stuff. I was
Well,
like,
and
oh, there's a fear
basically,
of
I
video
mean,
games.
there's basically a fear of everything.
So vitigamophobia. If you haven't, I'm sorry. This is going to be a really spooky episode.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
There are like, I don't have a fear of video games, but we watch the playthroughs on YouTube, and I am terrified to actually play some video games.
Oh, like Amnesia and
Yes,
Silent Hills
because
and
it is
stuff.
very I don't know, it's very nervous, I get like an anxiety to it.
But I think this is more like the fear of like a video game.
No.
Not necessarily what's in it.
But I could understand like that next step, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just because there are games that we watch where I'm like, I can't even imagine myself sitting here and playing this. Like, even though I love watching them and they're really interesting games, it's scary.
Well, if that scared you, hold on to your butts. Now, this is about The Legend of Zelda.
Link?
Link, yes. That's his name. Okay, another tangent. Caitlin likes to purposely call Link Zelda, because she knows it'll annoy me. I'm sure you guys know people like that too. They're big jerks. Have I...
Whatever. Link's the princess, right?
Shut up. I've talked to you about Majora's Mask before, right? The one with the big moon in it, with the big face. I feel I have. Sometimes I feel like you might just not listen to me. Like now. So there's a creepypasta known as Ben Drowned, which is based off of the Majora's Mask video game, which is already super creepy. It's really dark. It's just really an odd.
I'm having like
video
weird
game.
flashbacks of maybe you showing this to me.
I'm sure I have.
I don't remember though. Completely, I don't remember.
So those of you who know of the game kind of know what I'm talking about. The whole thing is really eerie. I've never finished a Legend of Zelda game. No, I finished Minish Cap on the Game Boy.
Oh, that's the most important one.
I'll be quiet. I've just never been a huge fan of Legend of Zelda. However, this story is really, really interesting. I'm going to give you a little, like a shortened tale. Like the actual creepypasta is forever long. So this is shorter.
Okay.
Alright, you ready? Okay. This is called A Haunted Game Cartridge. The story starts off with a college sophomore going by the handle Jadu Sable, acquiring an odd copy of Majora's Mask from a shady old man at a garage sale. Alrighty. Unless you're getting a Mogwai.
Yeah,
Don't be buying stuff from
But then,
creepy
I
old
mean,
people.
even then, it needs to be like a Chinese old man. And he had a legit store. That was a business.
Oh, that's true.
He was running a business.
The old man states that the game belonged to a boy who didn't live here anymore, which made Jadu Sable, suspicious of the wording of that sentence. So already some odd stuff is going on. Let's see what I'm gonna call him.
Name.
I'm gonna call him Jad from now on. All right. Jad soon finds that the game already contains a save file titled Ben. Out of respect for the previous owner, Jad leaves it alone and creates another profile as Link. In Legend of Zelda, you've got like 3 profiles, and you can name Link whatever you want. He doesn't have to be Link in the game.
Yeah, because he's Zelda.
Okay. The game starts to behave very strangely due to Ben, which begins with NPCs addressing the player as Ben instead of Link. Jad decides it must be a bug in the game and deletes the Ben profile, but this results in the NPCs not saying any name at all, only blank spaces. So what this guy's done is basically erased the Ben folder.
Yeah.
And now things are going really weird. After performing the 4th day glitch to give himself more time to complete a dungeon, the game takes a much more disturbing turn. Immediately transported to the final boss room, Link is trapped with the Skull Kid, who would only float in the center of the room. After being given the option to go to the lair of the temple boss, Jad accepts no, as he wasn't able to select another option. And Link is transported to Clocktown. A reversed version of the Song of Healing, dubbed the Song of Unhealing, is constantly played in the background, and Link is unable to leave the town, as exits only lead him to different districts. So, this game seems pretty buggy to me.
Yeah.
At first glance. Oh gosh, backwards music, that is oddly the creepiest. Like, you could take a normal song.
Oh yeah, it's any song, just play
I don't
backwards.
know what it is about that. Like, what do you think? What do you think makes like a backwards song? I mean, it could be the happiest.
Well,
song.
I think it's because your brain recognizes the tune, but not the way that it's played. So just like everything about it is wrong, and like I find it creepy. I'm sure other people find it like annoying,
right?
Where it would be way more annoying. But I think it is because your brain's like, oh, this is that song, but it's not.
Yeah.
The chords in your head are playing it wrong, like that kind of thing.
I guess that makes sense. Aside from the iconic Song of Unhealing that would play, the statue created from playing the Elegy of Emptiness would sometimes relentlessly pursue Link by constantly appearing behind him, no matter where he went. By the way, that's what this guy is.
Okay.
It's creepy. I'm gonna put a picture of that probably on Facebook and Twitter. The appearance of the statue is common in instances of the game where no other NPCs could be found anywhere in Clocktown, nor Termina at large, leaving only Link and the predatory statue to occupy the entirety of the game's world. So it's just him and this really creepy statue running around in this game. I'd be creeped out. Other times, Jad would load his save file to find himself placed in completely different points in the game from when he had previously saved, along with oddly named profiles like Your Turn and Ben. One of the most notable states was starting at the top of the clock tower at the end of the final day. During the confrontation with the Skull Kid, only to have Link abruptly die from both electrocution and fire as the Skull Kid continued to chuckle. I'm gonna have to show you some videos of this. By the way, this guy also has a bunch of video, like gameplay, of all of this really creepy stuff happening.
Awesome.
Again, I'll try and I'll do my best to find them and link them. And I'm gonna have you. Oh god, I'm gonna have you watch them too because it's creepy. Because of these strange occurrences in the game, Jad kept a log of the things that happened while he played, and even began recording his playtime and uploading them to YouTube. So there you go. I'm gonna find it. The events adversely affected Jad's well-being as he continued to be tormented by the game both while playing it and in his dreams.
Creepy.
It is creepy.
Want some pasta?
This is every day, folks. Jad was afraid to play the game for a while, and instead decided that he would go back to the garage sale in which he got the game and find out more about the previous owner, Ben. Unfortunately, upon returning to the home where the shady old man lived, Jad was told by a neighbor that the old man was moving, but he was never married, and never had any children. When asked, the neighbor was reluctant to speak of a boy named Ben, beyond saying that the boy, who had lived in the neighborhood, had died 8 years ago in an accident. So now we're getting to the root of the problem. Ben owned a game, and Ben is dead. Upon Jad's return to the game, he was finally given a clue as to Ben's fate when the mysterious save files immediately started with the animation for using the Zora mask, and placed him on the beach of the Great Bay, where Epona stood, facing off the shore to a spot in the water. Now every time you put like the Zora mask on, you like shout into the air. You like scream.
Why?
I have no idea. I don't know. You have 3 masks. One's for Zora, one's for the Gaurons, if I'm remembering that correctly, and one's for a Deku scrub.
Uh-huh.
And the first time you put the mask on, you like scream.
Ah.
Oh boy. And Epona is this horse. He's cute. Zora Link swam underwater, where he found the Elegy of Emptiness statue sitting at the bottom, and promptly drowned, which Zora Link was normally incapable of doing. After starting up the game the next day, the names of the 2 saved profiles read, Ben drowned. As Jad starts one of the files, he finds Link at the beginning of the game, chasing after the Skull Kid through the forest. When given his first opportunity to play the Ocarina, he plays the Elegy of Emptiness, which transports him to various locations from both Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time, where signs and NPCs will only respond with, "You shouldn't have done that." At this point, Jad can no longer bear to play the game, and decides to go back home to get away from the paranoia, leaving the last of his notes and videos to be uploaded by his college roommate for others to download. By combing through his notes, it comes to light that Jad was staying in a single-person dorm room and did not have a roommate. This meant that the last document was likely fabricated by Ben, posing as a roommate in order to spread to other computers after he had escaped the confines of the game cartridge while Jad was capturing his gameplay. So now there's this creepy ghost kid going around through computers. I don't know. Because nowadays you can buy these things at garage sales or at those little crappy stores that have like a handful of N64 games and stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's like one by the Coliseum of Comics and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I mean, people can mess with them. I don't know, it's just kind of odd. I've never had like a buggy game, like a glitched.
Like so much
Like,
so
just
that
so
it's
bad
not
that's-
just like a
right.
wrong game, like the Sonic thing that we're watching.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, we're watching a playthrough of Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric,
Boo.
and boy oh boy is that bad.
But yeah, like one of those where you're like, something doesn't feel right.
What's the scariest game you've ever like played or seen?
I don't remember what game it was. The closest to playing one. But I remember being in our house that we have right now. My aunt and uncle used to live here. And I guess my cousin had brought over his system or whatever. And he was playing something that just scared the crap out of me. And I'm guessing maybe at that time, like, it was a Resident Evil or Silent Hill.
Yeah.
I'm guessing, but just one of those, like, super dark room things, and then you'd hear something, and, like, when you looked around, there was something. Like, it just scared the crap out of me. But, I don't know, that I've seen, like, even, like, recently and stuff.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
That especially after there was so much, like, that background stuff on it that we watched. And that's another game that I couldn't play.
I don't know if
like
I could
myself,
either.
just because it gets me so anxious, it's just not fun.
Yeah, to me...
I'm fine watching it, like, I want to see what all the animatronics look like and stuff, and I want to see the scares, but when I'm playing it, it's not fun.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like
I
to
honestly
be
don't
scared
get
like
the
that.
the appeal.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've never been into, like...
Depending. If you're doing something fine, if you're literally just wandering around and then something's supposed to scare you. Like that to me is just like
I'm just not like
ugh.
I've never been into those like look at the pictures long and then it like and
Yeah.
scares you. Like I love horror movies and everything macabre, but I don't like cheap
Yeah,
like
jump scares.
jumpy scares of just like okay that isn't scary so much as you're just like moving on my basic reaction time. Like I hate that. It's so annoying.
Well, that's the end of Ben Drowned. There's a much longer. You can find all of the entries in the videos on Creepypasta. You can honestly just Google Ben Drowned. I wanted to just kind of hit on all the key points. It's a really odd story, and again combined with the video and like the pictures, it's really creepy.
See, and that's where the creepypasta starts to like get under my skin because people take the time to like make videos or make pictures and it just like that.
Well, that's like that smile dog thing.
See, that doesn't. Yeah.
No? Oh,
No.
to me that's creepy. But again, it really is like this mix of I don't know what it is. You think it's people just kind of writing stuff at, like for some reason your brain is like, well, these people can't be lying.
I think that's what it is. It's just like
I don't know why.
I guess because like in someone like me and you,
Mm-hmm.
I guess like in someone like me and you, we would never take the time to sit down.
I think I
and
think
make
that's
like
it.
a Harry Potter type book of like I could never come up with a book like that where you have all these names.
It's so detailed. You have all these
and,
videos
yeah,
and
like,
photos,
just,
but it's fake. Yeah.
like crazy stuff. I could never come up with, you know, the Slytherin and this and that and this is what this means. So I guess like from that
So you're just not a good writer.
well, it just at that point, like I'm not going to sit there and like, okay, so if I took this stapler and said this, and this, and then the story goes here, and okay, I'll write this out. Like, I would never do that. It'd have to be something that actually happened to me where I could recount. So when I read stuff like that, it's like, who's going to take the time to sit down like that SpongeBob thing and like, you know, think it through? Like,
I think I'm gonna write a creepypasta based off a dream I once had.
I feel like we should each write a creepypasta and make it into a podcast.
Okay.
And we'll just introduce them to each other like that.
For the first time?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we should.
All right, so we're going to do that. It won't be till after, maybe for the 7th episode.
Let's just say you'll get it.
It'll happen. It'll happen.
Let's not set dates for ourselves.
So moving away from Hyrule, Pokemans. Let's talk some Pokemans.
Mm-hmm.
What's your favorite Pokemon?
I've always loved Pikachu.
That's right.
I love Pikachu.
I got you a big stuffed Pikachu.
Yes. I don't know. He's just adorable. And I love him.
He is cute.
He's adorable.
He's definitely. You know, in every generation they come out with like a Pikachu knockoff.
Oh, really?
Like in each consecutive like.
There's one that's supposed to like resemble-ish him. Yeah, I've always liked him. Oh God, when they came out, everyone went freaking crazy for Jigglypuff.
Really?
Yes.
I don't remember
that. Like my entire 4th grade class was obsessed with Jigglypuff. It was ridiculous.
I always liked out of the first 150, Haunter was my favorite.
They're cute. See,
He's
like
a ghost with like the
hands. With the hands, and I like There's something really like. He's really really cute. I do like Machamp.
Machamp.
I think he's pretty cute too. His little arms.
Everything's cute.
Yeah, see, they're just all like adorable to me.
A lot of times we go off of Pokemon Rumble.
Yeah.
Which is a game on the Wii, which is actually really fun. It's kind of like a dungeon.
Is very fun.
It's kind of like a dungeon crawler, where you just kind of find these Pokemans and you run around and fight with them. But they're all really cutesy. They're like little toys.
Yeah, they do look really cute. I've always liked Pikachu. I don't like Raichu.
No,
but
Raichu.
I like Pikachu, and it sounds so stupid since he is like the face of Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh.
But
Pokemons. Pokemon.
I like squirrels.
He's a rat.
He's a squirrel.
Okay, once again, we're not...
Link?
Okay. So, I don't know if you've ever heard of this. I have. This is called the Lavender Town Syndrome. This is another one of those sort of Japanese suicide stories.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Which I never got. I'm going to play a clip of the Lavender Town music in here, and then we'll keep going. All right. So hold on. So here's the clip of the music, and then we'll go from there. The So I actually really used to like Lavender Town, and even that music. To me, that was never very annoying. What did you think about it?
It's very annoying to me.
You just didn't.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it wouldn't be so annoying if you were actually like playing a game,
Hmm.
like because it kind of reminds me of like the dungeon stuff in Mario,
Yeah.
like a little bit, and that's not annoying until you have like the pause screen on and little trees are bouncing like in the desert. It's like, oh, this.
I don't know. I used to love it. As when I was little, I used to. If Pokemon was real, I would want to live in Lavender Town. I always thought it was really chill.
I've not. I
It's
don't.
also where a bunch of ghosts live.
Okay, I've
Um,
never played like
the blue and,
like the cards or the games besides like the Wii ones and stuff.
yeah. Well, to give you a brief history lesson of Lavender Town.
Brief history time.
In the original Pokemon, it was just a tiny town that had what was it called? I think it was called Pokemon Tower in it. It was basically where all the dead Pokemon were.
Wow.
buried. Pokemon did die.
Wow.
Pokemon did die, and you would go
Ouch.
through.
Right in
Oh
the
man, this is
childhood.
cool. This is actually this actually just came to me. As the player, you would go through the tower, and there'd be a ghost. It wouldn't be a Pokemon. It was a ghost, and you find out it was the dead ghost, or it was the ghost of a Cubone's mom.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god, too soon.
Because you'd have to use the slid scope. Oh my gosh, please correct me. I do not remember what this thing is called just because I'm just remembering it. You had to use a special item in order to see the ghost, and it wound up being a Marowak, which is this little Cubone's mom.
Oh
It's
my
really
god.
sad. And the Cubone is known as the lonely Pokemon.
Yeah.
Isn't that sad? He wears the skull of its
I
dead
know,
parent.
he's
Oh,
adorable.
Cubone's cute.
He is so cute.
But the weirdest thing about like the original games is Lavender Town just did not fit. Like it was just obviously it's creepy. Everything else is really fun. Everything's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
bright and then you get to Lavender Town and you hear the music we just listened to, which is really unsettling.
yeah.
As I listen to it now, it's kind of odd, just the tones and the pitches and
Well,
stuff
it sounds
they
like
use.
one beat is not added in. Like where
Right.
you would have like ding 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 ding,
Mhm.
like something like that, but one of those keys has been left out.
Right,
Like that
or
kind of
something
thing?
is like if you're playing the piano and your like ring finger is constantly like a key up.
Yeah, just something weird.
So here is the Lavender Town syndrome or the Lavender Town tone. It was a peak in suicides and illness of children between the ages 7 and 12 shortly after the release of Pokemon Red and Green in Japan back in February of 1996.
Wow.
So this is pretty much the peak of, and again, this is considered a creepypasta. So take this as you will. I like to think this might have all happened. I haven't seen any research for or against really, but we'll see. Just keep the music in mind as you hear this. So rumors say that these suicides and illness not only occurred after the children playing the game reached Lavender Town, whose theme music had extremely high frequencies, that studies showed that only children and young teens can hear, since their ears are more sensible. What was that movie that came out a couple years ago that had that? It was the family moves to an old farmhouse, and it's the daughter and the baby, and they see the ghost of the old family walking through, and the dad winds up being the killer. You know what I'm talking about?
You're not thinking of the Messengers, are you?
Yeah, I am thinking of the Messengers.
Kristen Stewart.
Oh yeah, it was her. But apparently in that commercial there were tones that only like little kids could hear.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah, because I guess it was only the kid, like the little baby, and that daughter that could see the ghosts.
Yeah.
From
Well, it was really just the baby could see most of it.
That's right. But I don't know where I got that information.
That's
But
interesting.
apparently in the commercial they had like these like really shrill tones.
Really? Babies are like dogs.
Yeah, I guess. Due to the lavender tone, at least 200 children supposedly committed suicide, and many more developed illnesses and afflictions, which don't seem to be mentioned. The children who committed suicide usually did so by hanging or jumping from heights. Those who did not acted irrationally, complained of severe headaches after listening to Lavender Town's theme. Now, all right, so we're gonna go into my past a bit. I used to like listening to video game music when I went to sleep,
Oh, really?
and I could definitely listen to
I know
Lavender
that
Town.
you had a lot of like the Smash music and stuff.
Yeah, I do
on
like
your iPod.
I do like video game music, but I don't know. To me, it's not that annoying. So there are parts that are, but I listen to really terrible music too, so maybe that's it.
That is true.
Although Lavender Town now sounds differently depending on the game, this mass hysteria was caused by the first Pokemon game released. After the Lavender Tone incident, the programmers had fixed Lavender Town's theme music to be at a lower frequency, and since children were no longer affected by it. And since children were no longer affected by it. You know, and that's interesting because I never noticed that this clip we just listened to is from, it looks like the green version of the game. Red and green. And that is not what, we got red, but it would have been different.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why it sounds so annoying, is because that's the original.
Yeah, yeah.
And when I played it, it was whatever they had now.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh. I honestly didn't even think about that till now. One video appeared in 2010 using special software to analyze the audio of Lavender Town's music. When played, the software created images of the unknown near the end of the audio. This raised a controversy since the unknown didn't appear until the Generation 2 games. Unknown are a type of Pokemon, just so you know. The unknown translate to leave now. The unknown, there's one for each letter of the alphabet.
Okay.
I don't know. I've seen that video and it's fake. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not real. But yeah, so unknown. I don't know. That video isn't real. I remember seeing that because the ghost also comes up. I remember they have like those weird wavy lines of the audio.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do you think about the Lavender Tone? I don't. It's. I do not want to offend anybody, so let me tell you that first. If I do, I apologize. But there seems to be this real odd fascination with like suicide in Japan.
It is. Well, that's what Tokyo.
do,
That's what Tokyo Gork Police is all about.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they do all like those suicide pacts and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that, right?
Yeah. Tokyo Gork Police is completely about like everyone turning a blind eye to the suicide rate in Japan. Stuff like that. So like in all their commercials in the movie, like if someone's watching TV, it's like about a super hip, cool razor blade that now comes in all the colors.
I remember thinking that.
So
was
that
kind of
you
funny.
and your girlfriends can kill each
Yeah,
other
that's right.
with different matching like razor blades, and like the ropes are there. Like it's that's the kind of. So he did like a whole.
Kind of almost not a spoof.
Not spoof, but just kind of like poking fun at such a like since
I'm trying to think of the word.
Since like suicide was
satire.
Yeah, where it's like starting to become such a norm there.
So I don't know. Anytime I hear these stories about really group suicides in that area, it's kind of hard to say whether it is or not.
Yeah. It always seems to point to Japan because then everyone's like, well, Japan does have like a high suicide rate. Like if it was like Wisconsin and it's just like, oh well, whatever.
So do you think there is like a sound that could make you just go insane?
I don't know. I mean, South Park did that whole like
the
one tone that makes you like poop your pants instantly or something.
The brown note.
Yeah, the brown note.
I don't believe in that. But I don't know. The brain works really odd. There could be frequencies, I suppose, that would.
That's the thing. Like I feel like there's so many things that you don't know about the human body. And,
yeah.
I mean, like they say about like pressure points. There's certain pressure points on your body that can just like paralyze you and can do this.
Make you.
But I think there could be something with. But how do you even find that tone? You have to be the person that tests it, right? I don't think in everything that goes on in the world and the stuff that you see that is actually true, I don't see why that of all things couldn't be possible,
Yeah. I just don't want to be the one to find it.
No.
The note that kills just makes me want to kill myself.
Just be in that like area where someone's like, this is it, and they like turn it on.
I like to think it would be like it during like a catchy jingle. Like someone writes like a jingle for, I don't know, cat litter.
Yeah.
But somewhere in there is like this weird tone where I was just like, I gotta go kill myself. Also, don't forget cat litter.
Yes. Cat litter, kill yourself.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Well, that's really all I have for video games today.
That was interesting. It was
I
good.
mean, this is not your forte, like video games.
I just played them.
But that was fun. We'll continue to play them. We like to mess around and be bad. I'm good. You're bad.
Oh, that's not true at all.
But hey, if you like this episode and you like what we do, we are at spookitpodcast@gmail.com, twitter.com/spookitpodcast, and facebook.com/spookitpodcast. Let us know, give us your insight on any of the stories we read tonight, or any that we've done, or any you want to hear.
Suggest stories, suggest books, suggest topics.
Whatever you guys want, we will do. I did mention in the previous episode that the pizza party episode, the special episode, is actually going to be changed to the 6th one.
Oh.
So if my math is correct, it won't be the next one, but the following episode. So this one's the 4th episode.
Okay.
We'll do the next one, which the topic is going to be food.
Ooh.
I decided it'll be food for Christmas. Ho ho ho. Ho-hos. Those are food.
Can we have hose? Oh.
If you want to get ho-ho. Oh, hose?
Yeah.
Ho-hos.
No, we'll have hose eating ho-hos.
Merry Christmas, everybody. So so we'll have the next one up next week.
Yes.
And that will be back on track. And then we will have our special...
Pizza party.
Pizza party.
Pizza party.
Should we say what it is? You want me to just say what it is?
Yeah. I mean, it's not going to change,
right.
so...
So we're basically going to watch the ABCs of Death.
Oh, the first one.
The first one.
Okay.
Which is really odd, but really fun, I think.
I love anthology.
It's a big anthology. You have a different director for every letter of the alphabet,
Yep.
and it has to do with murder or
That's
death
how you
in some
die.
way.
Yep.
What I will say is if you've thought about writing in and you didn't, you're not sure about it or you don't know what to say, I encourage you guys to write in for that episode.
Yes.
The whole point is, a group bonding moment, if you want. A pizza party. So what we'll do, we'll probably watch it, and then give our take on each letter. So even if you just get through the first letter and you want to say it was garbage, by all means, let us know. But
and we will have our separate notes on each.
Yeah, we are not going to know what the other person is.
And we're going to have our loved it, hated it.
Yeah, and we'll give a little what we think about each letter.
Yeah.
And again, the more you guys have to add, I think the more interesting it will be.
Yeah.
We want to know what you guys think. So that's that. That's the special that should come out January, the first week in January, New Year.
Okay.
So
that would be a perfect time.
I think the first week. Oh, you'll get it when you get
celebration.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, deal with it when you get it.
Yeah, hopefully in time though. So I think that's about it. Anything you have to add, Lily?
No, I'm just really excited about some of the. Up to that episode, and then some of the ones after that. We actually have we've got stuff for quite a while. So.
And again, I'm working on getting us a better mic. I'm using the older one again, not the one I used for the last episode. Hopefully that'll be a little better. We're in a different place. We're not in the kitchen, so hopefully the acoustics are better. Honestly, if you don't care about the show, but you want to write some good tips on how to record and edit, please.
We are literally looking for suggestions on everything except life.
Life we got. All right.
Get that shit down.
You just back off. It's mine. It's mine, Dad. I live it the way I want.
Nobody gonna be popping my step. No one gonna be.
What is this?
Suffocating my sky.
Okay. Well, hey, great way to end.
Yo.
All right. Well, until next time. Read your heart out, guys. Have a wonderful week. Bye. Bye.